Hey everybody, it's me, Ceru-Bean, and I'm back with a nail salon build, which is just in time for the spa day pack refresh that just came out a little while ago. If you don't know, it was an update that if you have spa day, it added like manicures, pedicures, and face masks, all that kind of stuff, so it was pretty cool. They also updated yoga, so you could be like a yogi, what is it called? Like a yoga teacher, and you could host your own classes as well as meditation classes as well, so it's pretty cool. Originally this was supposed to be like a spa and a nail salon like right next to each other, but you'll kind of see I was having a hard time with the spa in general. Like I didn't really know what layout I wanted to do. I think I cut most of the footage, but you'll kind of see what it was supposed to look like off to the side. So yeah, I mean, I do have a yoga studio, and the Level Up Gym has a yoga studio in it as well already. So I do have some yoga studios built already, so I'm not sure if I'll try to build a new yoga studio anytime soon. So yeah. I felt like I was just doing the same color scheme, like design that I always do. Recently I've just been doing like monochrome, like dark black and modern kind of look, so I'm trying to not do the same thing over and over again, so I decided to just get rid of it. So I have played a bit of the pack refresh and I've enjoyed it for the most part. Like most things that they come out with now, it's just very buggy, which is annoying. But it's not like anything game breaking or it's not anything too bad. It's just if you go to a spa and you want your sim to like host a yoga class, like their own yoga class, if there's already a yoga instructor mat on the lot, your sim can use it, but it kind of makes the game act weird because that's supposed to be, the yoga master is autonomously supposed to start classes on their own. So your sim starting their own class kind of messes things up. At least that's what I've been running into, which is annoying. But I feel like they intended it to work the way they showed it in the live stream, where you go to like public lots like a park or something like that, that isn't a spa or anything, and then you host classes that way. But yeah. I mean, it doesn't really make sense if they intended it to work that way, because it's a spa, refresh. You want your sim to work in a spa, so maybe they'll update it, maybe they won't. I guess we'll have to see in the future. But yeah, in terms of like the actual nail and pedicure kind of thing, I find that it's more fun when your sim is actually the one doing the nails and that kind of thing. And one thing I love about spa day in general is the fact that the spa venue lot type is so ambiguous. So you could just have like a yoga studio, or you could have just like a massage parlor, or because it doesn't specify exactly what equipment the requirement is. So you could just have any 4 kinds of equipment. It doesn't need to be like different things, and everything will still work the way it's supposed to. So that's kind of cool in that way. But what my point is that it feels kind of empty almost. The nail salon itself, it feels kind of empty when you're playing in it, and maybe that was just my experience, I'm not really sure. And it was like the NPC sims that spawned there, they didn't really, you kind of had to force them to ask to get their nails done. And the way you do that is with MC Command Center. If you do MC Control and then you have them talk to, you can choose for them to talk to like the nail tech, and then you do it that way. You click on the interaction that way. That's kind of how I control it, but you shouldn't really have to, is my point. Otherwise, they kind of just sit around, and I think it's kind of my fault for putting the lot in Del Sol Valley. I think, like, I love Get Famous, don't get me wrong, but like the celebrities are so annoying, and the paparazzi and all that stuff is just like so disruptive. So I think that's kind of what hindered my experience in this lot, but I did really like it, especially if you're just getting in and getting out, like with your sim, just to get their nails done for the experience of it. I think it's cool in that aspect. And then I was also running into an issue where I started building this nail salon before the pack refresh update came out, and I was running into an issue where it would, when you spawned into the lot, it would make it, when you spawned into the lot, the employees would automatically leave, like before you could even ask them anything. And I wasn't sure why they were doing that. When I looked at their wellness skill, I saw that it was like, like to do stuff. And what I've noticed with the way that they spawn in employees, it's that it's just any random townie. Like it could be, I saw Don Lothario as a massage therapist. Who else? Like Katrina or Alex Moyer or like Gunther Munch. Like just completely random sims. And I'm not completely random sims, but like random townies, as opposed to like, just random NPC generated sims, if that makes any sense. And so that was kind of frustrating, running into that issue. I don't run into that issue anymore now that the pack refresh is out, so maybe that was just a pre-update kind of thing. But yeah, and you also notice like the massage chairs and all that stuff. I didn't have like the new stuff in my game yet while I was building it, and you kind of see I added the new stuff a little bit later on. And the original idea I had, you'll probably see in a second, but I tried to put the tables like in front of the chairs just to kind of get that like authentic nail salon look, because usually the nail tech is sitting in front of you while they do your nails. But it didn't really work that way. It kind of got in the way. And another thing is, I have just like a list of bugs that I ran into, but another thing is, if there's stuff in the way of the chairs and the employees can't use them in any way, like with move objects, or like they just can't route to it, then they'll leave as well. That's another reason why they'll leave. So yeah, I kind of had to play around with that a little bit, and I had to just give up my hopes and dreams of having the table in front of the chair. I wanted it to be like they stood in front of the table, like, and did their nails that way, but it didn't work. So that was annoying. But I do love the new chairs that they made. It kind of made up for the fact that I could put the tables in front of them, just because the new pack refresh chairs, massage chairs, they just look really good. Like, they look like they belong in a nail salon. So I applaud whoever did that, as well as the new relax animation that they added. Like, if your sims are getting pedicures, or if you have them do the relax animation, then they'll soak their feet in the water. I really love that a lot. I think it's really cute. The only thing I wish was that they could multitask while they relaxed, because the reason why I put the TV there was so they could, watch TV while they get their nails done or whatever. And while I was building, for the first time ever, I got the poorly decorated moodlet while I was playtesting. You'll kind of see I like mess around with the color scheme like a lot, like over and over again. I'll just change the color of every object, trying to make it look like cohesive in that kind of way. But yeah, I got the poorly decorated moodlet, and I was so mortified because it's never happened to me before. But I really think it's because of the sinks that were in there. At least that's what I tell myself, so I don't feel bad. But I think it's because of the sinks. I think I added them in there because most nail salons have sinks at the very back or somewhere in there in the nail salon, so you could wash your hands in between getting acrylics and that kind of thing. So that's why I added them in there. There's really no gameplay purpose for it because it doesn't work that way, but just for the hint of realism. But I ended up removing them and moving the counters elsewhere. I try to add like a lot of different little things that I've seen in nail salons. I don't usually get my nails done too often. I usually do them myself, but I try to add like little things that I've actually seen in nail salons. So like the shelf with all the stuff you can buy on it, I've seen that before. And then the shelf, the two shelves on the side with all the nail polish colors and that kind of thing. I tried to have you'll see like the hand sculptures. I wanted those to be like, because in nail salons they'll have the little hand mannequin hands and with different nail types on them that you can look at. So I wanted to at least kind of look like that. It'd be really cool if you could have just mannequin hands and then just add the nails onto them that way, because you can add nails and eyelashes and all that stuff onto the mannequins from Get to Work. So I think that would have been a really cool addition, but it's such a minor thing, so I don't blame them for not thinking of it. But I did make sure I had those nail polish shelves, because that's a must-have in any nail salon. And luckily with the pack refresh they added like a bunch of new colors. I think there's 10 now color options for those nail polish objects. And they also added a new, it's like a towel with a nail file, and it's like a clutter object basically. And so I made sure I added that as well. Yeah, I like the pack refresh a lot. I think it's good that they decided to refresh that pack. I'm still like scratching my head as to why they chose that one specifically. At this time, I really would have preferred that they prioritized Dine Out first, because I feel like that's what everyone is waiting for and hoping for, and I hope that they do, because it's definitely needed. I think it just needs so much work. I think it has so much potential, because everyone, like going out to dinner and going out to eat is such like it's just like a normal thing, like a normal life activity. And so I can only hope that they actually go back and fix it, because I hate that my Sims have to spend like 7 hours trying to get their dinner and it never comes, or like it's just so buggy. Like I've had so many issues where the like waiters just put dirty food on your Sims table, or like the cooks never go to the kitchen, they just sit around and not do anything at all. And so it's just very not functional. I do love it though. I love building restaurants, and I wonder if they do a pack refresh, what would they add to it? I think in The Sims 2 you could propose at the table. You can still you can propose anywhere really, but it's not like its own animation thing for specifically Dine Out, like you going out to a restaurant and proposing at the table to your partner, that kind of thing. If they potentially would be willing to add new things to Dine Out, I hope that's one of them. The only cute romantic interaction that they have with Dine Out is feeding. Your Sims can feed each other if they're sitting next to eat one another. But I've never used, because usually like when you go out to eat with someone, you're sitting across from them, and the animation doesn't really work that way. So, and the day I'm recording this, they just announced like what is it called? It's like Season of Selves or something like that. It was like some kind of roadmap thing that the Sims team just posted, and I'm not a fan, honestly. And it's so if you haven't seen it yet, it's basically just outlining that they're adding like there's gonna be two or three new Create a Sim kits, so just like clothing and hair objects, and they said there's gonna be one or two new build kits. I can't even remember specifically, but main point is there's just gonna be a bunch of kits that they're gonna be adding soon, which I'm not a fan of kits, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like they're just cash grabs more than any other pack type that we have. I just feel like they're very low effort, and I feel like CC kind of already fills in that void that we have, that The Sims has left at this point. And while I do agree that kits are very helpful for console players, I just feel like the way that they're going about them is just in a very money hungry kind of way, and I'm just really not interested at all. And they didn't have any mention of any gameplay kits or anything like that, and I don't think that they're coming out with any new packs for the rest of this year. At least that's what I think, which is kind of disappointing. I'm just, not really interested in whatever they have to offer. And they also mentioned like gameplay updates or something like that. Like they hinted at new ways to add color or something like that. And if you've seen that roadmap teaser thing, it's the center of it is in the shape of a circle, but I don't understand why they did that if it's not going to be a color wheel. So I don't know, it's just very confusing, and I feel like they're not good at hints, and I've always felt this way. Like I just thinking back to when toddlers weren't in the game. I think we got toddlers after like 3 years, so like 2017, from 2014 to like 2017, people were just desperately grasping at any hint that could possibly be toddlers, and it went like that for a very, very long time, and it was a very frustrating time, at least in my opinion, for the Sims community. And it's just because they kept doing hints, because they couldn't, they have NDAs or whatever, they can't say anything, and so they were just denying left and right. They couldn't, so it was just really, I just really don't like hints anymore. I just think they're not fun, and I think they're frustrating more than anything because they set expectations that are, repeatedly let down on. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what is gonna come with the season of selves or whatever. I'm really hoping that the gameplay updates that they do add, or I don't even know if it's gonna be gameplay updates, but whatever updates they do add, free updates they add, I hope it's something that we've been wanting for a very long time, and something that's not gonna disappoint. But that's kind of it's kind of asking for a lot, I feel like, at this point, but I guess we'll see. I, for one, am a huge fan of free updates. I feel like they just add so much more to the game, especially because they're free and available to everyone. And I feel like updates are definitely needed. But I feel like with the addition of kits, I feel like there's less incentive for them to do free updates. And Courtyard Oasis comes to mind. I feel like that should have been a free update, like I mentioned before. But I feel like they felt like there was more incentive to be had by making it into a kit and something that people can purchase. So, that's my thoughts on it. But I think the pack refresh is a good sign. It's just kits I'm really not a fan of at all. So back to the nail salon. I love the break room that I added in the back. I do recommend though that you lock the very back door and the break room door, because those are mainly meant for if your sim is like working in the nail salon themselves and that kind of thing. It's not really meant for just anyone to go back there. You don't have to lock them or anything like that. It's just a little bit irritating when all of these Sims are hanging out in the break room or in the very back near the dumpster when they should be like in the actual nail salon. So and I also added like, I don't know, you'll probably see a little bit later, I tried to add like a little keypad looking thing. I just used like one of the signs. I don't even know what pack it's from, but it's like a little placard. And then one of the lights, I think you'll see, but I tried to I sized them down and put them next to the door to look like keypads, and I changed the light color to blue so that it could look like, you know, like a backdoor keypad for employees to go through. So that's just like a tiny little detail that I tried to add. And so we're nearing the end of the video, or well, not the end of the video, but I've run out of things to say, so I'm gonna just let the music play. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you leave a like and comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. I always feel so awkward saying it, but I will see you guys in the next one. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna start building next. I do have like a list of ideas that I want to work on, so I probably will do one of those. And I am back in school, so I'm not sure how quickly they'll be up. If we're being realistic, it'll probably be a month or so from now. I guess we'll see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.